Masechet Negaim, Perek Yud Bet, Mishnah Vav. 6th Mishnah in the 12th chapter, Masechet Negaim. We're in the middle of the process of tzarat of the house. So the Torah says that when the Kohen should know, he knows that it's about time to determine, okay, V'yatzah Kohen min habayit el petach habayit. The Kohen should leave the house, exit the house to the door of the house. V'hizgir et habayit shivatim. Then he determines that it's quarantine after he looked at it. So now, what the Torah, the Mishnah says, which house should he go to? So I think it's obvious. It seems to me obvious, but the Mishnah says the Kohen doesn't go home, okay, and then send somebody else to go and quarantine. Nor should he go back into the house that he was going to quarantine, because it says, okay, el petach habayit. So it's a little unclear. But rather, the Mishnah says, rather clear, rather, ela omed al petach habayit, she'anega betocho umasgir. Rather, he has to stand at the entranceway of the house where the nega is in, the afflicted house, and then he quarantines it. Shnei as it says, v'yatzah, this is what we said, v'yatzah kohen min habayit al petach habayit, v'izgir et habayit shivat yamim. The Kohen leaves the house and goes to the doorway of the house, and he quarantines the house for 7 days. And then uba b'sofi ashavua. He comes after a week. At the end of 7 days, he waits 7 days. He sees if it's spread. B'tzivah hakohen. This is really just reading the psukim. V'chiltzu et ha'avanim asher be'em hanaga, and they have to. This is actually a quote. This is all from the psukim. And they will remove the stones that have the nega. And this continues. V'yishlichu etan michutz la'ir mekom tameh. And they have to throw them away. They discard them outside of the city in a tamei place, in an impure place. And they should bring other stones. And there's another pasuk we're going to see in pasuk membet. The Mishnahs are skipping, I guess, just like I did. And they have to bring those stones, other avanim acherot, other stones, instead of the original stones. And he should take another afar. And he should shmir, like he brings other afar, and then shmir and shmir the house, meaning and redo the new wall. So now the Gemara is going to darshan out. The Mishnah is going to darshan out. It's a very unusual Mishnayot. That really is going case by case. When you're reading these Mishnayot, I have to say, one gets the feeling that there's like a different editor here, because it seems just very out of the ordinary. This is very like Tosefta, like I said Gemara like that. It's really like darshaning out, kind of like Midrash Halacha. Very unusual Mishnayot. The Mishnah says, you cannot take rocks from one side of the wall and put it on the other side of the wall. Nor can you take dirt from one side. You can't bring a lime, or seed is plaster. Lime or plaster, okay? Seed, okay? Because that's not dirt. Rather, you have to take dirt from another place and rocks from another place. Moreover, if you took out 2 rocks, you can't bring one. Nor 2 instead of 1. It's 1 and 1. Rather, you have to bring, if you took out 2 rocks, 2. Or 2 tachat shalosh instead of 3, or tachat arba. Why? Because it says v'chiltzu et ha'avanim v'lachu avanim acherot. If you have avanim, it has to be tachat avanim. You have to have plural in place of plural. But acher yikach b'tachat habayit. But one person we're going to see, okay, has to do the shmearing, the replacing of the dirt. Okay, that's what the Mishnah says. Mikan amru, from here we learn, oy the Rasha, oy the Shechena. Woe is to the Rasha, woe is to his neighbor. Meaning, what happens if it's an inside wall, like where they're in a townhouse, and it's the inside wall that he shares with another guy. There's an outside wall, but whatever. So not only is the Rasha messed over because he has to knock down his wall, so does the neighbor because they share a wall. Shnehem chotzim, both of them have to remove the rock. Shnehem kotzim, they both have to scrape. They scrape around in order to remove the rock. Shnehem mivim ta'avanim, they both have to bring the rocks. Aval, but hu levado, but the owner of the house, he alone, mevi et afar. He has to bring the afar. Shneimar, as it says, va'afar acher yikach. He shall take another dirt. V'tachat habayit. One person shmears. Okay, ve'en chavero metapel imo b'ticha. And no one else can help him with this ticha. Ticha means plastering. Clearly means they were filling it in with the dirt. All right, we'll stop here and dedicate all the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.